Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. It's time for a new moon reading. We're going to have a full moon on the 5th of May, 5-5. And just for the numbers, numbers indicate change. So you will see we're going to have a lot of changes coming up. Now you can see the chart here. We have Uranus, we have Sun, we have Mercury, we have the node all in Aries. So that's quite a fiery thing. And then we have in the opposite, we have in Libra, we have Moon. It is a little bit the topic of the Beauty and the Beast, what we have here. So what you can really see, a surface coming to the surface now is the topic of the beast. Now, these are the not refined things that are coming up. And, I just actually sent in my group from Kryon has told us a story about fish. And this is such a fantastic little story. I will put the link down in the description because this is exactly explaining what's happening. What I'm hesitant a little bit is just the water, but it's perfect because everything what is happening right now is actually fire and air. So if you also feel a little bit irritated, if you feel maybe have also some problem with sleeping or feel anger, that is totally normal. And especially the anger has to come out. We have in Gemini, we have Mars, and here we have the moon, and we have a trine from the moon, Mars in Libra. So that means that we can start to balance that energy within us. And you know what, like we had this whole gender confusion that's going on in the moment, which is so silly because, I don't want to talk about that. But in general, it's like that. If we want to ascend into a higher frequency, the higher vibration, we need to balance the yin and the yang within us, not outside. Our physical body has a gender, and that will never change as long as we in the physical body, because the physical body is living in polarity. And polarity is always made out of two that becomes visible. Now, on a higher level, we are not in the same frequency. So there we can experience wholeness and oneness on higher levels, but not physically. Now, when we have to balance the yin and the yang, and when we look at that situation in the moment with that beauty and the beast energy with Uranus, we have a lot of very powerful insights that are coming up. And what is also is in this Kryon video very, very well explained is that the darkness was here all the time. We just didn't see it. Now when it comes to the surface, a lot of people are horribly shocked, but we have to be aware that it was here all the time, and not just the last few years. That goes back a very, very, very long time. And this is also why we have here this karma aspects. Here we have from Saturn to Mars, and here we have from the moon to Venus. Now, moon Venus is female. Mars Saturn is the energy that has to be. Saturn is the one who forces us to really do something. When Saturn comes into the game, there is no way out. And Saturn is also in an air sign, which is Aquarius. Aquarius, the ruler is Uranus here in Aries, so we really have fire going on, and the fire is within us. We cannot just look at the world outside as something and not look at our whole situation in a different frame. It's all connected with the same. We are all one. It's all connected. So the fire and the air and this kind of flames, that inflammation of the whole system, which is the inflammation in a way within ourselves, but also the inflammation within the world, that the negative is burning out something. When we have an inflammation in the body, when we have fever, then with every degree that the fever goes higher, the system works faster, faster, faster. And in a way, we can say that the fire that is coming with the inflammation, and that's the flame in the word, is burning away the poison within our body. So fever is very important for us to heal. And I'm talking my other videos about illness, and I will talk about that again, that fever is very important. So again, we have in our planet, we have taken fever remedies to put the fever down. That was centuries and centuries it happened like that. So it couldn't come up, it couldn't flame up. It came out in some wars, but it never really healed itself. It never had a chance to heal itself. And now in this situation where we are here, it has to be burned until the last bit of poison or the last bacteria, the toxins, we can say these are these people that cabal, these people who are poisoning the earth, they have to go. And there is no, many people still have a feeling, oh, but maybe they can get better. No, they cannot. They are infected. This is the poison. We have to get rid of the poison. And this is so many times was said also, teachers, and I listen also to Matthew, if you know Matthew, the young boy who died and who's talking with his mother. He also said in one of his channeling to his mother that it's very clear it has to go. It was lingering at the bottom for a long, long, long time. And this again, it's again what Kryon explains in his video, because it has to go, because we will never have clean water if we don't clear the tank. And this is so important that we understand that we don't, we can say here in this situation now, Aries is the new beginning. We are in this new beginning. The people had a lot of time to decide what they want to do. And a lot of people, they have decided to stay with the dark forces. And this decision is made and you cannot change it. Don't try to change people's mind. It's not working. If one not on the soul level has made the decision to transit into the light, there's nothing you can do to convince them. And it is not meant to be, because this is the moment when the timelines are splitting and people go in different direction. And as I said many times before too, don't worry about that. They are not lost. They just have chosen a different path. They are not ready yet to graduate. So we can say on the planet, we have people, they are with a consciousness of a little child, of a kindergarten, of a first grade, 10th grade, college, university. So they don't do the same in their life. If somebody graduates from university, it's not the same as if somebody finished high school, right? They don't have the same abilities and knowledge to move forward. So what is very important now, we have Gemini, we have Libra, we have Aquarius here in this triangle. That means that we have to look at things, we have to observe. And we have to observe in a way ourselves, because we have to observe that fiery conflicts that are coming up, that are now burning in the outside, meaning become visible. A lot of things have not been visible, but now they become visible. The big problem what we have in the moment is that even in the so-called truth area, where a lot of people have channels on different places, many people don't know the truth, really, because it's very difficult. When we are in a war-like situation as we are in the moment, they cannot put it on a silver tablet because the enemy sees it too. So there have to be some strategies, and you have to learn to think like they think, that you can see the picture of what is going on. So we can see Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn is the guarantee that it will happen, we can say. And then we have the 1.5 square up to Mars. So these Mars energies, Aries, Mars, fire energy, they have to come up. They have to what do you call it, really burn down with that fever that burns down all this bacteria and toxins within the body. And that will give the trine to the moon, because then our soul can balance the yin and the yang, the beauty and the beast. The moon will be the beauty, here we have the beast. So Uranus, together with Saturn, with the Aquarian energy, will make sure that this all comes to the surface. And the consciousness is supposed to see it. We have to look at it. Don't run away. Because also Mercury, remember, Mercury is the persona, the personality we have here in the chart in Aries. We have to confront the conflict and not run away. We cannot expand yet. Jupiter is still in the last degree of Pisces. This is not moving. The healing part also here in Pisces, a lot of things will come to the surface that we have no idea that they ever were here. And we might not recognize it because some things we don't know. I can just refer again to illness. Illness is something that has fallen in the body because we don't have it anymore in the mind. So we have a topic that we need to learn that is on our curriculum in our life, and we have to look at it. But when we don't look at it, this topic, very simplified now, falls into the body and makes a body symptom. So those who can read the symptoms, they understand the topic that has fallen into the body. So when we have the MC of the world horoscope in Cancer, this is the ruler of the moon, the soul. We can say again, we have to balance the soul. So we have to see things clearly, we have to look at it. And the AC of Virgo says, you know, this is the sign of harvest. Whatever you have planted in your life, you have to harvest now. This is so also the law of karma, as it is said in the Buddhistic tradition. In the Christian tradition, they say you shall reap what is it called exactly? You have to harvest what you have put in the seeds. Sorry, I have a little bit language problems today. So in Virgo, that is actually the ending up of the karma. We have to balance our karma. And what is really beautiful in the moment is not like we have to die 100 deaths maybe or whatever. It is symbolic karma. And once you see it, you can let it go. All you have to do is recognize it and then let it go, drop it. Because in a higher level of consciousness, we don't have karma in the way we have now. Because it was important in the past that we bring in that unfinished business. Because every incarnation, we don't remember the past. We are like a complete new personality. But in the future, in a higher consciousness level, this is not the case, because we remember everything. We wake up to what we need to know. That does not mean that we have to look at it all the time and everything, but whatever is on a lower consciousness level will vanish, will go away. This is what we clean out now, that this is gone, that this is not anymore bothering us. So this is now, this next couple of weeks is a time for you to balance yourself, to look at everything what is not yours anymore, and use the element of fire also. One of the most powerful things is really to write things down and burn it. You know, we have also the situation like, for example, in psychiatry, like a therapist. And, you know, when you look at the word the rapist, therapist, you know, they are also taught to do certain things in a certain way, but most of them don't understand the cosmic law. The more you talk about it, the more you manifest it. So if you're talking always and again and again and again about your problem, or for example, I'm an alcoholic, I'm blah, 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 you manifest it again and again and again, and the problem becomes stronger and even like a wall, and it is a fight. So once write it down, burn it, read it out loud, and then burn it, and it's gone. So it is, it's gone. So it is. And this is the way to get rid of things, not to chew it again and again and again. We're not cows, right? We don't need to chew again and again. And it's so important that we realize that most of the therapies, the medicine, everything that is just, it's not to make you really heal, healthy, heal, whole. That is make you a client for the doctor or for whoever is working with you. It's all about money. And this is the thing that we have to let go now. Think very clear about it and start to take responsibility for your life and for your body and for who you are and what you represent on this planet. You wouldn't be here if you wouldn't have a very clear path. And it is very important at that moment that it is your only chance now in this energy shift and frequency, that this is that moment we have waited for so long to finally burn that rest of that karma that we still carry around to move into the higher dimension. And the time is now. It is really now. And once we move out of that, we have burned all that negative karma, all that stuff that are still like a backpack here. Once the Sun and Mercury are moving into Taurus, this will be the time and we start to prepare for the new. And again here, it's important that we are not fixated from old methods, because all what we know now is connected with the old, with an old method, what we learned in the past. There will be things that are coming to the surface that, wow, that is super. I never thought I can do it so in this way or so easy. Many of you know that I have started to work with electroculture, and it's just absolutely mind-blowing what is happening. And I will soon again write the blog about that to update. I made pictures, and it's really very clearly visible what is happening if we use that free energy that is available. We don't need to buy any fertilizer or anything anymore. Things are just harmonizing themselves. So I will talk about that later. Now, what we have here is also at the IC, we have a Capricorn. Remember, Capricorn is the last physical sign, represents death. When we have a physical beginning, Aries is the breakthrough, the birth. Taurus is like the manifesting into the body. Virgo is then the harvesting, and Capricorn is when we leave the body. It's like winter comes when all the trees, all the leaves fall down. But of course, it's not the death of the soul, but it is the underground journey that we are going through. We are forced now to strip off all the camouflage, all the makeup, we could say, is coming down, and we have to look at the naked truth. And the naked truth will reveal the agenda of the soul and will help you to balance the yin and the yang within you, that you can get through that. You know, the camel who goes through the eye of a needle is the symbolic. You cannot take any backpack with you into that higher dimension. So when we move from 3 into 5, you cannot take 3 with you. This is all gone. So we have to be ready to let go, that we can move on. And you know, very often, do you remember that sometimes that you had a feeling something is bad or something is ending, you were devastating, you lost a job or whatever. But maybe when you look back a half a year, whatever later, said that's the best thing that ever happened to me, that I lost that job, because I have such a better job now. I'm so much more happy in the moment now. And this is the important thing, that you have the anticipation, that don't look at the end. Look and focus at the new beginning. Because the new beginning really will give you so many more opportunities and chances what you can do. Also, when Venus is moving into Gemini, that will more the understanding coming up that will help you to see things in a different perspective. And then everything can be revealed. Of course, it's going to be slowly. We're still on the earth, but things will go much, much faster. And you know also how the time goes fast. This is incredible. A week is gone in a blink. And I figure that everybody has a little bit the same experience. I cannot do in a day anymore what I could some years ago because the days are just gone. Now it's really a chance to move forward very fast because also Jupiter will come very fast into Aries, and then the new beginning becomes really visible. So I want to wish you all the best. It's a fantastic time to live in. Just imagine what a blessing that we are here now. And I really hope that you enjoy that time, that you can, that fire also, that is passion, that the passion's coming up for you, that you get ready to create new life and all the new that is coming in the moment. It's just fantastic. It's great. Be thankful. My prayer every morning, I swim every morning, is my exercise. It's like, okay, I do some gratitude exercise and I say, thank you for this, thank you for that. I'm so grateful I live now. And this is really helping to get through the day. It also helps to face the negative. Even a lot of negative is maybe for you not personal. But we are still a whole. We are still all connected, like the trees, the roots, everything is interconnected inside of the soil. And maybe you have absolutely no memory, and that's fine, but we have been here many lifetimes, and we have been involved in many things that we don't remember. So whatever comes up, when you feel disgust, when you feel fear or whatever's coming up, face it. Please don't run away, because now is the time to burn all that old stuff that does not belong to you anymore, and have a notebook ready to write down things and then just burn it. Let it go. Don't do it again and again and again and again. If you are in some kind of therapies, just let go and write things down, burn them, and don't repeat again and again and again what you don't want, but manifest what you want. Okay, I hope that reading helped you a little bit. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk soon again. Thank you very much.